If you clicked on this video, then you are one of two people. Either you want to kill me for the blasphemy that is about to spew, or maybe you're similar to me in that you've been losing your love for this game. Either way, today we're going to talk about why I personally don't like Rust nearly as much as I used to. Let me preface this by saying that I have a lot of memories attached to this game, and for a few years Rust was the only game that I played. Now that I'm in university, I don't have the time that this game needs anymore, but I have played this game so much that I've experienced some of everything. Playing in clans, smaller groups, duos, and of course playing by myself. And as everyone knows, if you have the experience and knowledge, then playing by yourself can sometimes be just as enjoyable as playing with someone else. But nowadays it seems that unless you are in large groups, having fun in Rust isn't entirely possible. My complaints for this game are with its game design and direction. The main thing I want to talk about is how Rust has become increasingly competitive to the point where the joke about this game is that it's a full-time job, but that joke is becoming the reality day by day. Now, I feel like a lot of this can be chalked up to the community, and I don't want to sound like some whiny roleplayer here, but let's be honest. Compared to the old days of Legacy and the first BP system, this game has a lot less positive interactions, and there is more emphasis on getting as far ahead as you can as fast as possible. This is what Robocast said 4 years ago, this is what Vertigo said 1 year ago, and it seems that as the game progresses, this sentiment just becomes more and more true. And this makes sense, and it seems natural given that people just want to become the best they possibly can at this game, so they're willing to spend a lot more time and resources to get ahead. And that seems like the direction this game has been in since its beginning. The only issue here is that if you aren't willing to spend a lot of time or get a large group together, then you're at a big disadvantage. Some of the changes that have happened over the years have pushed this clan playstyle even further, with large scrap costs for everything, like helicopters and boats being behind scrap paywalls, and the best monuments really only being accessible by clans who can work their way up to them without having to worry about how many swipes a card has left, since it's so easy for them to just get another one. For solo players, the changes within the group system severely fuck them, as you can't camouflage into clans anymore with their uniforms, and nowadays clans don't even need uniforms anymore because of the system's change. Solo players and even duos used to be able to pick apart the weakness of large clans, and that was the discoordination that was always present. But the group system made it so that way even disorganized clans can't be punished because the days of jump checking and uniforms are gone. All of those great videos that were done in the past, like the one done by Ramsey where he's able to incite a Chinese clan, would not be possible today. And I'm not against the group system, I think it overall did more good for the player base than bad, but I'm just pointing out how the game had to choose between clans or solo players and how this has led to the game to be in the state where it is now. And this is the bigger point that I'm trying to make here. The go anywhere or do anything sandbox mentality that this game used to have is being withered away by the extremely competitive atmosphere that Rust has adopted in the past few years. The uncertainty of not knowing what would happen in a wipe is gone now because we all know how a wipe is going to play out before the first Thursday of the month even hits. Every clan is just going to set up a 2x2 starter, grind it out until they get a bigger base, then spam out oil and wipe out every nearby base of smaller groups like duos or solos, then wall themselves in with thousands of TCs surrounding them while they have a dedicated roof camper to keep you from even coming close. And the ways that we used to have to counteract this by flying in on a mini or picking off the clan members one by one with guerrilla warfare tactics are gone now because minis are behind a massive scrap paywall that no solo or duo could ever afford, and the necessity of communication is gone now because clans know immediately who to kill on sight with the group markers. I understand that no matter what, more people will always be better than one assuming they're of equal skill, but this is the thing. You used to be able to play this game solo and do just fine assuming that you had the right PvP skills and game sense, but nowadays it seems like no matter how good you are, you'll always just get caught out. Whether that be through millions of other clans flocking for you as soon as you wipe 4 guys, or the clans just getting on a roof with an M2, this is why we don't see YouTubers like BeachHills, Kokobi, or HJune play solo on main servers anymore, because regardless of their skill, the task is just becoming increasingly impossible. But in all honesty, Rust is in the best gameplay state that it's ever been in. It has the most amount of things to do, the most amount of places to see, and hell, even the most amount of people to meet now more than ever. But despite all of this, it seems like our time with the game is up, and when I say our, I mean the players who would play solo or in smaller groups. The game has just become more so a set of daily chores rather than an actual game, and it seems that the only people who can actually have fun while playing Rust are those who can balance out the chores amongst the largest group of people. I know it may sound like I've been hating on Rust for the past few minutes, but I honestly do love this game and I have so many memories attached to it, and I firmly believe that Facepunch are some of the best devs in the business. I mean, where else do we have competent devs who actually update their game monthly and add new content constantly? And the changes that Facepunch implements usually do more net positive than harm, unlike someone I know. My point here is just that Facepunch's additions to the game will always benefit a certain group of players and harm some others, and that's really all I wanted to examine in this video. I feel like a good way of putting it would be with the same complaints that the great Bobby Fischer had with chess, and that was that the creativity from the game was disappearing as the players in the higher levels began to just memorize their way to victory. The creativity was still there at the higher levels, but it just wasn't the distinguishing factor anymore, and I feel like this is the exact same thing that has happened with Rust. Players have found the most optimal and ideal ways to get the most amounts of loot in this game, and now we constantly see the same thing happen from wipe to wipe. The trap bases that we used to make and have so much fun with are becoming fewer and far between as they become discovered and raided immediately, and the creativity this game used to flourish off of is being pushed out for a more straightforward playstyle. I will always have a special place in my heart for Rust, but right now it just feels like my time with this game is up. That's all I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. These videos take a while to make, and I'm a small channel, so all the love and support that you guys provide really means a lot to me. And if you disagree with me or think that I got something completely wrong, then please let me know in the comments below. And if you have any other topics or ideas that you want me to cover, then please also let me know down in those comments. But other than that, I just want to say thank you for watching one last time, and I genuinely hope that you all have a great rest of your day.